Hello and welcome to the fifth and last episode of the series where I teach you how to speedrun Beton Brutal 100 meters per 100 meters. Last episode I showed you 300 to 400, which was probably the hardest section because there's a lot of things that can go wrong. For 400 to 500 meters is kind of what I call hit or miss. There's a lot of skips. There's not many skips. There's quite a lot of little skips. But there's a few big ones, and either they work or they don't work. Like it's kind of this way. Like either you do it properly or you fail, and it's a reset. It's not as scary. I feel. I don't know. In my mind, it's not as scary as 300 to 400. But yeah, 400 meters is rough. There's lots of stuff to learn, and you can also skip some things if you don't feel too confident and still get a good time. So I'm gonna teach you all there is to it. So yeah, let's get into it. So you go up here. So you finish like 400 meters, you'll end up here, and what you want to do is 1 neo, 2 neo, 3 neo until you're here, and you go up these nails here. And there we get to probably the hardest mechanic of the game. I feel like it's like maybe the mechanic in the game with the highest skill level at a very like in the community, because people make custom maps and people do crazy stuff with it. The ice. So if you finish the game, you may know that you can gain speed on ice by jumping and having a ceiling in your head. You probably noticed, otherwise I don't know how you made it to the top. But something good to know is that in the first episode I taught you, and then I made you use in all the subsequent episodes, I made you use a technique that allows you to jump very fast. So if you start scroll jumping while sprinting, you can get a lot of speed with the ice. It is great. And this is going to be very important later on, but so far you only have to do, like personally I do 2 jumps and it works beautifully. I go up, then you land on this like little arch thing, and you want to like go against the wall to get some height, and you want to jump here. Here you will want to walk up to here or run up to here, and you do a neo. Once again, this is no, not once again. This neo is a bit weird because you will want normally with a neo to do 180. Like you jump, you do 180, you go back. But here, as you can see, the floor here is very thin. So what I recommend is more doing a 270 like this, where you like crash against the wall, because like that you're sure that you'll land on the floor below, and it makes it much easier. I really failed it a lot of times until I decided to like turn my camera more, and then it made it so much more consistent. So yeah, definitely like do a 270, like hit yourself against the wall so you land on the floor here. This allows you to skip like this entire part right here, so it's really non-negligible. Like the time save is really big. I really recommend doing it personally. You don't have to, maybe for a Sub15. But like, it's really a lifesaver. It saves a ton of time. I just recommend doing it, and you can get quite good at it, I promise. Jump late, do a 270, crash yourself against the wall, win, GG. Okay, so that's it. So then you walk along the thing, and you like get on this little black part behind the ice. You get on top of it. 1, 2 here. So 1, 2 jump. So you jump 2 times here. You jump here, and then be careful here, you don't want to jump like too close to the wall, because otherwise you'll get stuck. You want to jump kind of out, and this is the same here. This jump is super awkward. For me, it's the most terrifying jump in the game, and it's not even like the hardest jump of the run that is about to come, technically. But it's the most scariest one because it's very inconsistent for me. You have to like jump not too close, otherwise you'll hit your head, but not too far, otherwise you won't have the distance. It's kind of like a sweet spot. Again, experiment, see if you find a good lineup. But jump here, like such. Then jump late here, here, get up, and here you are. Now, for a very stupid trick, you probably remember first episode I told you how like there's some parts where you go against a wall and you start scrolling and you start going straight up. Well, you can sort of do that here, but it's weirder. If you watch the world record, you might see this being done, which I cannot do. Lutheran or Clark jumps on the side here, like so. I just did it. Okay, wow. That's the first time I actually do it. Like, they run here, they land on the like invisible thing right here, they turn around and they jump on the ice platform. This invisible thing they like land on is all alongside this corner. It's just that it's at a very weird spot outside the corner. So what you can actually do is you start shifting. You walk against the platform here, you'll start falling a bit, but you're actually still on the floor, and then you can just continue going up, and you can safely go here. So what they do by jumping here and turning around is just a faster way of doing this. If you're not really consistent, if you're not really confident, you can just run alongside here, get on this edge here, go up, like such. And if you're more confident, but not too as confident as like a world record pace, you jump here, and you scroll, you shift while you're jumping, so you land a little bit higher, so you don't have as much distance to travel. If you really don't like this, you can always do this part, like such, like that, where you still get to the same place. It's a little bit of a time loss, and in my opinion, it's harder. But if you really hate this thing, you can just do this, I guess. And here comes probably at the level of like a sub-15, I'd say this is the highlight of the run. The first ice skip. So, as I've said, you can get a lot of speed on the ice, right? You get a lot of speed. You actually cap your speed after 10 jumps, so after 10 jumps you won't get any more speed. But you can also gain speed. You gain speed as long as you're holding a direction, holding sprint, and jumping. Which means right now I'm holding like my key to go backwards and sprint, so I'm not moving since I'm against the wall. And I'm gonna start sprinting, and here I'm building up speed, because when I go forwards, you can see I'm like super fast. And now there's two different things you can do. Either you jump directly on the platform here, and you continue doing this, but you require like a very good speed to do it. But for some people, I know it's more consistent. I know Caligo, who, if you're French, if you're a French person watching this, you may know him. He did the run at Speedrunning. He does this. I know he does this, where he jumps like such, and then on the wall, and he does what I'm going to explain in a second. Second thing you can do, you're up here, you build up speed, you aim for the corner of this platform right here, where I have my crosshair, like the corner of this platform, you build up speed, then you go forward, you jump in the corner of it, and then when you reach this part, you flick. Now, this is a very hard skip. What you want to do essentially by doing it, you want to reach like this part right here. There's many things to be careful about. There's this block right here which will stop all of your momentum if you crash against it. So you want to go to the edge here, but this is very dangerous because if you fall off, you know. So it's kind of like vibes. What I personally do, I jump here, and then I try to line myself up with the edge and like the side of this cube here. And when I get here, what I do is big flick. A flick is like a big mouse movement. That flick here, and I land here. If it goes wrong, because if it goes right, no worries, right? I'll explain the continuation of the run afterwards. You're here, great, awesome, you did it. But if you mess up, which can happen, and if you got all the way to 400 meters in a run, and all you're aiming for is a sub-15, you don't need the ice skip at all, I promise you. Maybe if your run was pretty bad before, or did not use a couple of skips, maybe this is like reset worth it, but otherwise no. You can continue to run. So if you don't fall, but you get on the cube here, like you fail and you're on the cube here, no worries. Just go here, here. Do it as usual, as you've probably done it in your run, like so. Here, up here, and then here. When you're on this corner here, you can jump and reach this little wall here, jump here, and jump straight to hit. And then you do this part right here, which is a little bit, it's actually a little bit awkward. I've practiced this part a lot because it's in another part of the run, for a route that I'm not gonna show because I can't do it consistently yet. And this is the world record route, but you just continue doing this. Continue doing the route normally, go up right here, and you jump across here, and you where you would later land. But if you succeed, here's the route. So you've done the ice skip, you get it here, you go to the left, on this ladder here, here, here. You get on this ice platform here, you're gonna sprint like to the wall, you're gonna jump like a few times, maybe 10 times, you jump, and you pass this. Just be careful to get enough speed to not hit yourself on the side of this little bumper, because it really sucks. It really sucks when it happens. You've done the ice skip, great, but then you hit the corner of this thing and it sends you flying back, and it's really bad. So get enough speed, turn around, jump. Obviously, turn around once you've landed, otherwise you might not be able to jump, and you'll just like be in midair, turn, and then fall, and it's gonna be really bad. So once you're here, two choices, which I'm gonna get in a bit, but what you would mostly want to do, like 99% of the time for most people, is jump here. That was really close. I just hit myself on this and it canceled my sprint. Wow, okay. So you get here, and here what's good, what you're gonna do. Once again, if you've done the backup, this is where you would land anyway. Two choices. Here you can either do this, which is what I did for a very long time, and get on this ladder here, or you can, if you're confident, if you think you know like the collisions well enough, you can jump, hit the corner here, and then go a tiny bit to the right to land on the floor that I showed earlier, like on this thing right here, and do this. Like so. And then you go up to this ladder, and here. Something I did not explain, and that is important for this part and this part here. Once you're on the edge here, you want to jump first and then jump and then move. If you start moving and after you jump, you will fall off. Like here, I did it almost at the same time, so it still worked. But you have too much delay, you'll just like fall down, and it's really bad. So what I highly recommend doing is either you press spacebar and sprint and W at the same time, or Z if you're French, or you jump and then you stop moving, but once you might not have enough distance. So really try to hit all of the keys at the same time. You can hold sprint, you can keep sprint, you can sprint while crouched also. That's something. Like I'm holding sprint right now, I just press W and space at the same time and I reach it. Here it's the same thing, just be careful. You jump here, you go here, you can see I stop and then I jump. Just be careful, because if you start walking, like moving too early, you might fall and it's gonna be a whole mess. And then you jump on this ladder right here. From this ladder you do this, you jump on this pad here and you get on this ladder. And I forgot the route, whoops, you go left, sorry. You get up to here, jump on the pad here, and then here you go here, around, do a Neo here on the ladder, and here you have two choices. First choice, the scariest jump of the game and the hottest one in this map. No, actually it's not the scariest in the game, but it's the scariest of this map and it's the hardest of this map. This is what we call the AK-47. I don't know why. You can see there's a line of nails here on the texture of the floor, and what you want to do is you want to line yourself up with it. You want to line yourself up with the nails, and then you want to aim for the corner of this pipe here. And then what you want to do is you want to sprint and jump at the last possible second and try to land on the pipe. It's a very difficult jump. It requires like very good timing, and if you fail it, it's a reset. It's just a reset. There's no other option. It's just a reset because you lost too much time. Something I highly recommend when you're doing hard jump in the game, particularly this one but maybe others, is sprint when you're about to land, because as you can see, it highly depends on my like position. But if I do a jump that is like barely not enough, I'll land on the side of the pipe and I'll start falling. But I can still do like a coyote. Which a coyote is like you start falling, but you jump while you're just falling, so it still counts you as on the platform, and you can still jump. You can still, wow, what the hell? So you can still do a coyote and like get back on the pipe. So it's just a little safe way. If your jump is almost not good enough, like right here, you can see I started falling to the side and I just jumped and it allowed me to get back up. So scroll while you land, just to be sure you land properly on the pipe. If you don't want to do it, this is gonna cost you maybe 20 seconds. I think you go here, here, get on the nails here. Here I think there's some ladders. Yeah, go here. Then you're here. This is gonna cost you like 10 to 15 seconds, maybe, something like that. And you're gonna end up on the pipe you usually land for, which is this one. When you're here, you go down, you go on the wall of nails, right here. There's a way to go faster on the wall of nails, but I'm not gonna explain it here because it's kind of, you can figure it out by yourself by looking at the world record. And it's kind of scary. I don't do it personally, or I do it a tiny bit. And once you're up here, you do this. And once you're here, you want to sprint up and jump when you're at the peak of the ice platform, right here, like such, and you get up. There's ladders behind here. You can get on them, right here. Do a neo. My tip for these neos, because they're pretty hard, start scrolling against the wall and jump when you feel yourself going forward, like here. Forward, jump. Forward. Oh, actually, wait. Forward, jump. Forward, jump. All just like that. And this is even more important for these neos, which can be quite difficult. These ones. You start going forward, you jump. Forward, you jump, and so on. While it is scarier to do these neos on the right side, because if you fall, you fall down instead of like falling inside, which is a little bit like feels better because it feels safer. The limit here, like right now I'm touching the wall. You can see you really don't have that much space to work with, and it also means that you can potentially like hit it and lose your sprint. So this is actually, I think, harder personally to do it this way, even though it's safer. And another thing that is important, this one right here, there's a ladder here, and the next jump you're gonna do is this way. So if you're setting up for this jump and you're on this side, you're against the ladder, so when you jump, you just do this. It's happened to me like twice ever, and then I decided enough, and I just started doing like this. And I never have this problem now because I'm on this side and there's no ladder this side. Sometimes I still like get a little bit stuck on this part, which is kind of scary, but it's still fine. But anyway, you're here. Nearly there. You're almost at the top. When you're here, you want to go forwards, jump, get on this bounce, and land on these ladders here. Now, there's 3 different things you can do. And it's grouped in 2 families. The first one is the safest one, but also the slowest, which I'm going to teach right now. So you're on this wall here, and you jump to these ladders here. From there, you go on these walls here. You just go the way normally, like this, like this, like this, like this. Then you go here, and here there's a lamp right here. If you go on the side and you jump, you can get on top of it. Sometimes it might be a bit hard, it might not work directly. It can be a bit hard, but you can get on the lamp and it immediately skips you to 500 meters. Congrats, run complete. Now for the second option, which is a little bit harder. You're on where are the ladders? Right here. You're on these ladders, and immediately you'll drop down, and you'll go to this set of ice platforms. Now, from here you can do two things. One, the fastest thing, which is really difficult, or something that is very fast. It's a very good cut, and in my opinion, it's very easy once you understand it. But it can be a bit harder, and it's something else to learn. And also, you have to take in the fact that like you have a run. You're at 480 meters. You're like a few jumps away from setting your time. Are you taking the risk to ruin everything just because you wanted to save 10 seconds? Do you take the risk? This is something you have to consider. Considering also you might be shaking a lot. You might be very nervous for this run. So doing this skip, you must know it very well. Do not fail it. So what I do personally for this skip, I did it when I learned this skip. If you go to control, my sneak button is on my right button of my mouse. So when I do right click, it sneaks. Because having the sneak button on control when I'm running with shift is super weird. It is super weird. Like you have to like lay your pinky like down if you're like right-handed. Like your pinky down. It's really weird to hit both at the same time, because for this one you need to hit both. You need to sprint and shift, which you can do. So for this one I just hold sprint and sneak at the same time. And here's what I'm gonna do. All the things required to get an ice boost, as I've said, is hold the direction while sprinting and jump, like such. Here I'm going backwards because there's a wall behind me, which allows me to build like a lot of speed without moving. But here, there's not really a lot of places. I guess you could go against here, but then it's kind of like weird, because you have to go back because you actually want to go this way. So the way people do it, you jump here, you shift, you sprint, and you start jumping like so. And you're actually building speed even though you're sprinting, even though you're shifting, sorry. Even though you're crouching, you can still, if you're sprinting, you can still get speed. And so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna start building speed backwards, then front, then you're gonna jump out, get speed, and when you get to the top here, you're gonna flick right and land on this pipe right here. Once again, you get here, crouch and sprint at the same time, start scrolling backwards, forwards, jump here, turn around, get on this pipe. So that's for the first type of the skip. You just do this on this. Then you go here on the lamp and you finish the run. This, I promise, is very consistent once you know how to do it. I promise it's fine, and it's very easy. Like, the pipe is so well placed, I promise you. It feels so natural. And you have a lot of leeway. Like here you can see I barely hit it. The other time it was really high. It means there's a lot of like leniency on this skip. You can really get not enough speed, a lot of speed, and always land it. You have a lot of time to react. I promise the turnaround feels very natural. At least it does for me. I don't know how it will be for you, but yeah. So that's for the first skip. Second skip. I'm not even sure I can do this on video. The trick is, you go here, you get as much speed as you can, and you will want, once you're up, to do a 360, and with the momentum here, go up and directly on this ledge here. So, like so. It is very hard. I've only hit it a couple of times in my life because I haven't really tried it as well. It is very hard, and it only saves like 4 to 5 seconds compared to the other skip I showed you. you really don't have to do it, except if you're going for a really good time, you won't have to do it, I promise. Except if you're like really good at it and really consistent, just don't try it. Also, I said you need to land on the ledge while people do this. It's not necessary. As long as you hit 500 meters, the run ends. So as long as you have enough height to land on the edge, it's fine. You don't have to like actually land on it. As long as you have enough height to land on it, you'll finish the run. It'll be time. It's great. But if you're not confident with the pipe here, there's other places you can land, but these are much slower, so I really don't recommend them. Like, you can do this right here. Like, there's multiple options, and then you can come here, or you can just directly go to like this place over there, like so, and then you just finish. But it's slower, and in my opinion, it's just not worth it. If you do the skip, just do it. Like, just do it to the end. But yeah, that's about it. There's another route that you'll see the world record doing, where they get a lot of speed here, and instead of landing here, they land here. Then they go here. They sprint on this part right here. They jump down. They go here. They build up speed like so here. They turn around. They do this, and they continue like going up here, and they turn around and they get on this pipe. This is so hard. Like, I've tried doing the skip for maybe a total of like 4 to 5 hours, and I've only hit it like 3 times ever. So like, I'll teach it maybe one day, but first I'll have to get a sub 8 because I really want a sub 8. But this is super hard, and just don't worry about it. If you have to worry about it, essentially, if you worry about it, and if you have to do this skip that the world record does, I don't know what you're doing on this tutorial, because I have nothing to teach you, because you're better than me. Like, you're absolutely better than me. So yeah, absolutely don't worry about this route from the world record. This is why I showed you 2 different routes that are easier, because this is a tutorial for like good player to beginner to like good player. But if you become really good, that's no longer like good for you. That's no longer like interesting. What I'm showing in these tutorials. So yeah, in conclusion, I love this game. Please run it. Please invite your friends to run it. I hope I explained things well enough so that it makes the game accessible for people. I made this series because I really hated to see how little tutorials there were online on how to speedrun this game. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you've watched all the episode, I highly appreciate it. This was really improvised. I did this in like 1 afternoon, in like an hour, as you can see the timer up there. And I really had no script, no cuts, no whatever. I just like yapped about the game for a while, so I hope it was cool to follow. Normally if I was a YouTuber I'd tell you to subscribe, but I don't even know if what's on the channel is gonna be interesting. I mostly post like random speedruns, mostly Neon White, sometimes Beton Brutal, more rarely some other games. So yeah, just if you like seeing random speedruns of a game you barely know or don't even know, just come in. And otherwise that's totally fine, I don't really care about subs anyways. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. See you another time. Good luck on your runs. And I hope I managed to teach you a thing or two about this game. Thanks a ton. See you. Bye-bye.